As we move through fall and into the winter months, you may be hesitant to sell or buy real estate. After all, wouldn't slower months or seasonality potentially limit your opportunities? Over the past 12 months, homeowners and buyers have felt the effects of higher mortgage interest rates, a lower number of houses available for sale, and a slowdown in home price appreciation. In this month's real estate market update, there were three keys that really stood out to me: inventory, speed, and prices. I have some interesting trends to share with all you West Hills homeowners, so be sure to stick with me to the very end so you can see exactly what's happening in our area and help you answer those questions around it's now a good time to sell or buy real estate. Hi, I'm Chasity Lousteau, real estate broker in West Hills, California. I help Los Angeles area homeowners work through their questions and the uncertainties of selling their house so they can move on with confidence. With that, let's get started and look at the most recent data available to us through October 31st. First, let's focus on the month supply of inventory, which currently stands at 2. This means the demand for homes here in West Hills is outpacing the supply. And compare this to the same time last year, this has declined by 16.7%. And what a negative change here indicates is a tightening market where homes are selling at a faster pace. When there's a lower supply of inventory, we'll say anything less than 6 months, the market tends to favor home sellers. So that's good news for anyone thinking of selling their home because it means less competition with other homeowners and has the potential to push home prices up. Next is new listings. New listings tells us the number of homes that have come on the market for sale and helps us understand the amount of inventory available for prospective home buyers. October's 33 new listings were up from the previous month of September, but down 17.5% from the new listings count last October. So what this tells us is more houses are coming on the market for sale, but the amount is still lower than the average for this time of year. And that's similar to what's happening with active and pending listings and closed sales. What the listing, pending, and closed sale counts are telling us is it's not unusual for these to slow down this time of year, but the inventory overall is less than what is typical for the month of October. Despite higher interest rates, there continues to be a strong buyer demand to purchase homes in West Hills. Therefore, homes are selling quickly and prices are holding their own. And we're going to see that in the next few slides. Moving to median days on market, you may have heard that time is of the essence in real estate. In this market, homes that are priced correctly and prepared to show are selling within a couple of weeks. The median days on market is the number of days it takes for a home to go from listing to under contract to sale. For West Hills homes in October, that was just 14 days, about the same time as September, and down a whopping 60% from last October. The median shows to contract is how many times a prospective buyer views the property before their offer gets accepted. In this case, it's 1. So a buyer sees a property one time, makes an offer, it gets accepted. Now this is slightly down from the month of September and the same as last October. But what both these slides show us is home buyers are acting fast on those homes that are move-in ready and priced well. Sellers, these are 2 keys for you if you expect a quick turnaround to sell your house. First, prepare to sell, and second, price it accordingly. Now, let's talk about prices. The list to sold price percentage tells us how close the final sale price is to the original list price. West Hills home sellers in October did it right. The median list to sold price percentage is 101.9%, up 8% from last year in October. That means on average, West Hills homes are selling for over asking price. This could be due to high demand, multiple offers, or competitive bidding from buyers. Now, on to appreciation and sales price. West Hills home price appreciation and sales prices continue to go up. It was last year, July, when we saw the slowdown in home price appreciation begin. 1 year later, the slowdown seemed to have stopped. Over the last 4 months, we've seen home prices and appreciation positive once again. October was no exception, with home price appreciation back to double digits. The average sold price of all the homes in October in West Hills currently stands at $1,237,353, with a median sold price, or the middle number, at $940,000, which is also an increase over 6% from last October. Echoing this same sentiment is the average price per square foot at $563. These are all solid figures that reflect the value of the homes in our community. Now, this is one of my favorite slides, the one I alluded to at the beginning of the video. There's so much packed in here. So if you're visual like me, this is where you can see the average sales prices and home price appreciation rates for the month of October over the last 10 years. That's the number grid on the right side of the slide. Now, I want you to note the green and blue highlights. These are the lowest and highest points over the last 10 years. The blue represents the lowest point in 2022, which to me makes sense. Though this is a negative number, that does not necessarily mean home prices were depreciating or falling. So don't be fooled by fear tactics. What was happening last year was what I view as a correction to the 2 years prior, 2020 and 2021 during the pandemic. Real estate prices and appreciation shot up substantially and quickly because less people were selling and moving. Buyers were making their decisions and making offers that proved it. There were less houses to buy, less supply, with demand that continued, so the price to buy those coveted houses went up. If you look at the 10-year average, West Hills Homes' average appreciation rate is 8.83%. Beginning in 2019 through 2020 and 2021, that number increased. And this is why I believe last year's slowdown in appreciation was a correction to the higher than average appreciation of the previous few years. Now, the other piece is to give you a closer look at the graph. This graph goes back to 2008, 15 years of average home sales prices for West Hills. This includes the great housing crisis of 2008. You can see the house prices decline, then start back up in 2012. What I found interesting about last month's data is October 2023 gave us a new highest point once again. That's the green circle on the right. Before that, the highest points were April, May, and June of last year, 2022, coming out of the height of the housing frenzy seen during the pandemic, and that's the green circle on the left. Followed by the Fed dramatically raising interest rates where things shifted quickly, and you can see the drop in July 2022. That's the red circle. My point is, when you look at the data, it's clear that home prices go up some months and down other months. Since the housing recovery began in 2012, prices have consistently been on an upward trend. So if you're wondering if you should wait to sell or wait to buy, I encourage you to keep this data in mind. This data shows us that home prices continue to go up. So what is it costing you to wait? Maybe for someone who doesn't really need to move, then staying put is your best option. You can continue to benefit from the gains of home price appreciation, and when the time comes to make a change, you explore what that means for you and your situation then. On the other side, if you do have a need, perhaps a lifestyle change or for some emotional reason, then waiting may not necessarily make the most sense. After all, finances are not the only factor to base your decision on. Your happiness matters too. The take home here is, if you have been hesitant to sell your house or buy a new one because we are moving into a seasonally slow time of year, I hope this data gives you the information you need to support your decision. Though I expect some demand to slow and home prices to potentially dip down due to the time of year, if you do find yourself in a position where you need to make a move, rest assured that home prices are still up, higher than this time last year, and buyers are out there. Again, I'm Chasity Lousteau, real estate broker in West Hills, California. I give you the keys to unlock the mysteries of selling, buying, and financing your home so you can make your next move with confidence.